Welcome back, friends. Last we left off with me about to go on a fun little cruise. I don't even know what our goal is for this episode. I imagine, if I remember correctly, we were just meant to go and defeat the trainer in Hearthrealm City, and then we were supposed to stop the spacemen, which is just Team Galactic. Yeah, I can't remember. All I know is I finally got Onyx back up, which is good because he needs to level up. Dang, that's rough. What? What? Come on, man. I definitely didn't see that coming. Holy cow. That's alright. This is a new character model. I don't think we haven't seen that character model before. That's really cool. Oh. We all know how we all know how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel. How I feel about Mr. Mimes. It's not even Mr. Mime, it's Mrs. Mime. Ms. Mime. Oh gosh. I just barely got Onyx back up to health. Okay. Catching Pokemon in this game just seems the most difficult out of any other game that I've experienced. Even in Arceus, the Pokemon catching in that game it can be frustrating at times, but it's been like every time I've tried to catch a Pokemon here. I already know, I mean, except for it's a girl. I was gonna say, you know, I don't care. Oolong. I talked to you guys about Oolong a little bit in one of the last episodes. Oolong, along with Poir, is a shapeshifter. Oolong and Poir have always had like a not so friendly bout against each other about who was better, because Oolong quit shapeshifting school early because he wanted to use his shapeshifting abilities for evil, which we found out when we were first introduced to Oolong, because he he was kidnapping children, girls from the nearby village to marry them, but then turned out all the girls in the village were just big snobs. Ooh. Rock snake versus water snake. Yeah. Ooh, super effective. Well, if I can go first, I can go first. I guess my attack speed is just high enough. Except for now, I'm gonna get decimated. Yep. Oh, well. Maybe it's because it was an ice attack and not a water attack? I don't know. It said super effective. I was hoping for super effective. That's more super effective. There we go. It was a critical hit. Oh, that's probably gonna kill me. Yep. Dang it all. I might try to revive Onyx just so that I can get him the experience points. You guys, I don't think I've had a very eventful last couple of days. I mean, the episode that came out on Wednesday, or Thursday, sorry, yeah, the episode that came out on Thursday has already been doing super well. I'm really glad about that. And it was really funny because before it even released, I was telling my brother about it, and he was like, "Hey, make sure you mention me in one of those, in one of your videos." And I was like, "Well, I already did. If you'd watch my stuff." No, I'm kidding. Oh, psh. Oh, I actually don't have one of these guys yet. Wait, I caught a tentacruel already. I always wondered why. I didn't even try to revive Onyx. I just realized that. Oh my gosh. If you catch a Pokemon that is in its like second or third evolution, why you don't just automatically get the data from its previous regression? Like, I don't know. To me, that just seemed obvious. But I mean, I guess if you look at it as how it would be in real life, then in real life you wouldn't have a previous recording. I guess that's the whole point of like the missing link, you know? We don't know anything about the missing link because even though we know a lot about current humanity, no one can really prove the evolution of humans came from apes because of that. So, dang, I keep forgetting to revive Onyx. Anyway, so I named that Tentacool Oob. And that's because this kind of goes with what I was just saying the more I think about it. So, in Dragon Ball Z, we are introduced to Boo, you know, the psychotic pink bubblegum colored enemy in the final seasons of Dragon Ball Z. And we find out that that the version of him that we're introduced to is a leveled down version of him. You know, he's bubbly, he's playful, he doesn't take anything seriously. He'll fight when he feels like he wants to fight, that sort of thing, you know. And then eventually Boo splits into two halves because his dog gets shot. And so he heals the dog, and at that point he's split into two beings, his most evil self and then his most pure self, kind of like Piccolo did when he or Kami, kind of when Kami did when he was wanting to become Guardian of the Earth. In order to become Guardian of the Earth, he had to separate himself from the evils within his soul. And upon doing so, he then created Piccolo, because when he finally trained... Man, I'm just not doing a lot of damage to this Gyarados. But he is destroying me. Holy cow. Probably because it's raining. Oh, thanks. Now it just stopped. Yeah, so therefore, then he created Piccolo, and if this is his last Pokemon, I actually want to revive Chi-Chi so that she can get the XP, and then I'll revive Tien after this. Now, what was I saying? So when we were introduced to Big Fat Boo, it was his most regressed form. And then he split into two people, Evil Boo and Pure Boo. Evil Boo defeats Pure Boo, absorbs him, and then we get Super Boo. Now, Super Boo is the second most evolved version of Boo. And then we get Boo Tanks, because Boo then absorbs Gotenks and Piccolo, but takes on the appearance of Gotenks, so we get Boo Tanks. And then Boo. Ooh, this is level 40. Which one? What level do we catch the other one at? I think level 40 is when Tentacruel evolves. Let me check. All right, so Tentacruel evolves into Tentacruel. I thought Tentacruel had another evolution, but I think that's just like, holy cow. I think that's either like another gen or something. So, talking about Boo again, contrary to popular belief, Gohan, when he's absorbed, or Boo, when he absorbs Gohan, is actually the most powerful version of Boo. And it's all kind of written between the lines of how that's so, between Goku saying that even at Super Saiyan 3, there's no way that he could defeat Buhan because of how powerful he is, and it appears impossible to open, it says. And like even as Vegito, who did you say I was again? What? Oh yes, I remember now. I'm the move deleter. You've come to make me force your Pokemon to forget some moves. Actually, yeah. I want Tien to forget Rock Polish. I'm kind of sick of this. Yeah, and then he says something about how, like, even as Vegito, Buhan is the most powerful version of Boo that there is. One of the main reasons being that when he finally evolves into Kid Boo, it's noted that he just becomes far more erratic, unpredictable, and even if Bobbity wasn't killed, spoilers, then I guess a lot of this has been spoilers, but even if Bobbity wasn't killed, I already talked to you, I think, then at Kid Boo, he would not be able to be controlled, even under Bobbity's spell. You met the guy that everyone is talking about. Wow, he really does make Pokemon forget their moves. Thanks for letting me know. Here, please take this. I obtained 3 ethereal stickers B. Oh, and I forgot what I was talking about just now. I think a lot of people in this town have issues with their memory. What's up? Your clothes look damp. Were you swimming in the beach right outside town? Yeah. How'd you know, dude? Oh, Damien. You're going to challenge the gym leader up ahead, eh? Someone should check to see if you're ready for this challenge. And that someone is me with my brand new gym badge. Me. Jerk. But that's why Vegito is actually a lot more capable when he fights Kid Boo. Hold on. Vegito doesn't fight Kid Boo, because they separate by the time they fight Kid Boo. Hey, he finally evolved Staria. Or whatever. Oh, avoided the attack. Jerk. But once Boo is defeated, that's not the final version of Boo. Once Boo is defeated, I think it's just like several years later, we go to another tournament, and we see Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. fighting in the tournament. And one of the contestants, his name is Oob, which is just Boo spelled backwards. And come to find out that Oob is a reincarnation of Boo. And so, would you stop avoiding my attacks? What, you evolve once and now your double team is just too good for me? Jerk. So, I know I just, like, dumped a ton of information on you guys. But basically, what I'm getting at is, because we met Tentacruel first. Oh my gosh! You know, I'm just gonna go for it. Just go for the smackdown. We met Tentacruel first, captured him, and then met Tentacool. It's almost like we met both versions. Oob is not as strong as Boo was, but Dragon Ball Z ends with Goku agreeing to train Oob. And that's where the beginning of Dragon Ball GT starts, is Goku and Oob training at the lookout. And it's also during GT, I think. If I remember correctly, I think it's during GT that we officially find out that Boo and Oob are different reincarnations of each other. Except for now, GT isn't considered canon, so now I'm wondering if that's even at all the case, which I don't think it is now because of that. Poor Damien. We have just he started strong with Starvia, but now we're just bullying him, I feel like. You know what? That's actually a funny thing. So I was looking at my... Oh, we haven't seen a Heracross yet. Heracross is actually a really cool Pokemon. I mean, the design of him is... I really like Heracross as a Pokemon. I think it's pretty cool. No, so I was looking at my YouTube activity, because now I'm getting more curious since I've been following my subscriptions, our subscribers a lot more, and I was looking at my YouTube activity, and one of my top videos of the most recent, of one of the most, like, last 30 days, I think it is how it's keeping track, is my 40-second long video of me playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in one of the combat chambers, bullying a bird, and it's literally just me. The caption of my video says, "Not me bullying a bird for a minute straight." And like, that's it. That's all I'm doing, and I'm just Barrett, and I keep staggering this one bird or bat enemy. And because I keep staggering it, it can't go anywhere, and I just keep shooting it and shooting it and shooting it until it just dies. And in my head, I'm just like, man, this poor bird, this poor bat bird thing, just just wants a fair fight, and I'm not giving it to him. And so I just had fun with it. I thought it was a really funny 40 seconds. And that's it. It's all it is. It's just 40 seconds. And it now has over 200 views. 200 views. Like, even my Pokemon videos are getting more traffic than any of my regular previous videos. But even still, they're not even passing like 30 views. So the fact that had gotten over 200 views in less than a week, I just think it was really funny. Yeah, you're just a bit better than me as usual, but listen up. Let me tell you who's gonna take on the Pokemon League and become a champion. You guessed it right. It's gonna be me. Anyways, you should be able to take on the gym leader here. Now hurry up and get to it. Some of my other top videos is still surprising me. Is something is a video that I put up for pure educational purposes. Was about my vertical smoker, because I was having issues with the auger, and the auger just needed to be replaced. Oh, you know, I was actually just thinking about the egg. I think it's just a Ghastly, because I had my Ghastlies breed, so yeah, just a Ghastly. But nah. Of course, I forget what other Pokemon I had in here. And because now I have to was it Abra that I had in here? No. That's right. Yeah, get back in here. That's weird. You know, I'm not usually like a rock type. I don't think I've ever had two rock type Pokemon in my entourage before until playing this game. Oh, actually, how is TN? How is TN a higher level? That's interesting. What was it talking about? Yeah, so one of my other videos that is still gaining traction is, yeah, my my vertical smoker episode, not even episode. Even that is only like, I think it's still under 2 minutes or something like that. That one girl told us to come check out the library because there was a series of books she thought that I would like. And you know me, whenever a girl suggests a book, The Horrific Myth, would I like to read it? Yes. Look not into Pokemon's eyes. In but an instant you'll have no recollection of who you are. Return home, but how? When there's nothing to remember. Dare not touch the Pokemon's body. In but 3 short days, all emotions will drain away. Above all, harm not the Pokemon. In a scant 7 days, the offender will grow immobile in entirety. Alright. That's chill. That's cool. But I mean, it's the middle of winter. Why is my vertical smoker video getting traction still? I mean, I guess I'm still using mine in the middle of winter. I'm gonna be a sailor like my daddy. He's a real man among men. Even the sea doesn't scare him, but a gym leader'd be cool too. Byron is so awesome. Well, I'm gonna beat Byron, buddy. My brilliant instinct tells me that there's a secret path somewhere in this city, and there is this treasure beyond the path. Well, now I want to find the secret path. But let me look at what else is still trending. Yeah, I'm checking it right now. My not me bullying a bird for an entire minute video that was uploaded last week has 212 views. My Pokemon episode, my first episode of this series, has 60 views. My Pit Boss Vertical Smoker video has 91 views. And another one of my Pokemon episodes has over 100 views. And then, out of nowhere, my Return to Moria highlights has 34 views. And I don't know, to me, that's just really funny. That the majority of these videos, so I have my highlights, my smoker, and my 40-second video of me bullying a bird. Videos that I just did not expect to really gain traction are among the highest of traction in my YouTube channel. And then it's really funny too because I go to audience retention. And the audience, it's so, like, YouTube is so sassy about how it talks about viewers and whatnot. So with this one, it says viewers were still watching around the 30-second mark, which is above typical. Just the fact that it says, like, it's above typical. You know, that's just its way of being like, we know, oh shoot, Iron Tail is super effective. I don't know, to me, it's just so sassy of YouTube to be like that. Alright, so I need to switch this up. Ice Fang won't kill me. Oh, but now I'm first I burn in the last episode, and now I freeze? No, speaking of Final Fantasy, because, you know, like I said, the fact that my 40-second video is getting so much attention. I was thinking of starting up doing Final Fantasy videos again, because I was previously doing episodes. I forget what brine is. Let's just try it. Decimated. But I knew you could do it. Thanks, buddy. I was thinking of doing Final Fantasy VII kind of chronologically. So, both in, like, release dates, but within the in-game timeline. So I wanted to replay Final Fantasy VII, the 1997 Final Fantasy VII. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. What am I doing? And I've been wanting to play it for a while now because, you know, I'm working on the platinum for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and holy cow, is it taking me a long time. But that's okay, I'm having fun with it. But, you know, it's making me just really appreciate the original source material from Final Fantasy VII from 1997. If you guys want something like that, I would love to do it. I mean, I'll likely do it even if no one says anything, because I just love Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy VII loves me. No, but I wanted to play. So yeah, I wanted to play the original release from '97, and then I also wanted to play Reunion, which is the PS5 remaster of Crisis Core. And that one I actually have only played through one time. And I would love to play through it again, because I have this mission within myself that, because the Final Fantasy VII game has meant so much to me, I owe it to them in a way to platinum each of their games. Or the games related to it. So, like, I platinumed the 97 original, and then I platinumed Remake, and I'm this close to platinuming Reunion, and I'm also this close to platinuming Rebirth. So I need to play them again anyway. But yeah, so it would go 97 original release, Reunion, Crisis Core, and then it would go Remake, Rebirth. Because Rebirth is coming out on PC this month on the 23rd. And I mean, I probably won't get it on PC since I already have it on PlayStation, but I'll imagine that the streaming of Final Fantasy Rebirth is going to be pretty big here in a few days, because it's the 17th right now, and once it releases on the 23rd, you know, it's going to be pretty big for streamers, because a lot of streamers don't have PS5s, they just solely rely on PC. So I don't know, I feel like if I get a Final Fantasy playthrough going, that'll also get some traction, and then it'll be good for me anyway, because I like Final Fantasy. Do I have anything to restore power points? I need to use these. What am I doing? You know what? Who has the lowest defense? Yeah, I'll give it to TN. Yeah. And I'm still not gonna... Ah, here we go. Sweet. But yeah, if that's something you think you guys would be interested in, just let me know. And that way we're all on the same page and we can all have fun. Rather than it just being me. I just love those games. Back when I was a welder, I was 19 years old and just graduated from a technical college in welding. When I was a welder, I was 19 and I was working my first welding job. And each night was, man, like that job was really hard on me, and it solidified a lot of what helped me decide to not pursue a career in welding. Because I would just be consistently berated for not knowing things, for being inexperienced, and there were a lot of like straight up illegal things going on, because my boss would say he would say a lot of things like, we don't have workers' comp here, because if you get injured, you're fired before the injury happens. Like if you fell, you're fired before your butt hits the ground. If you hit your head, you're fired before the beam reaches you, like that sort of thing. And he meant it. Like he was dead serious. They didn't have workers' comp, and I worked on multiple sites. We built 3 houses in the time that I worked there. I mean, not 3 houses. There were two company buildings, and then one house. And this one house was the last project I worked on him with. It was up in the canyon, and it was like during that project, he would have me working like 12-hour days. He would have me up there at 6:30 in the morning, and the canyon, up the canyon where we were working, was about an hour away from where I live. And so I'd be waking up at 5 so that I could have enough time to get myself some breakfast, drive up there, and be there by 6:30. And like that was hard. For a 19-year-old, right out of a trade school. And we were working on this one house that was up in the canyon. It was a $50 million house. And I mean, this lady sold makeup for a living. It was like her own brand. It was like, I don't know, just nothing you would have ever really heard of. But it was her own brand of makeup that she sold, and it was going to be her and her daughter living in that house. And this lady had an elevator. We put an elevator in her house. Never seen that before. But you know, because I would get there at 6:30 in the morning, I would stay there until about 7 p.m. and then I would still have to drive home. And so I would go home to eat dinner, to go to bed, to wake up and do the same thing. And as a 19-year-old, you really start to lose humanity at that point. I was not feeling like a real person. I was not feeling healthy. Like, I started to get sick, you know, greatly because of the lack of sleep. But also because, you know, while at work, I was getting paid $8.25 an hour to do BS work because my boss didn't trust me to do real work. And then when he trusted me to do real work, it wasn't done well because I was a 19-year-old, and he would be like, okay, we're going to go to lunch. You stay here and finish up this thing. And I would say, well, I've never done this thing before. And he goes, well, you're going to figure it out. Yeah. My humanity was really diminished in that job. My self-confidence was taken out back, gut punched, and curb stomped. And so it really messed me up for a while, that job. I didn't feel well for a long time. And it was at that time that I bought myself a PS4 from a pawn shop. And buying that PS4, I spent more time than I should have on it because, you know, like I said, I would get home, I would get done with work at 7 p.m., get home at around 8:15, have time to eat, maybe shower, and then go to sleep. And this PS4 took up a lot of my time. I would stay up to play games, and one of those games was the original Final Fantasy VII from 1997. And there was just something about the story where Cloud Strife is 20 years old. And, you know, aside, because at that point, I'd only ever watched the Final Fantasy VII movie, Advent Children. And so I really didn't even know much about the story until I was playing this. And not knowing about how Cloud came to be helped me be in his shoes before the flashbacks that he has start to make sense and whatnot. But I was able to put myself in Cloud's shoes. I was able to feel a lot of what he was feeling. And you know, when the game starts off, he's very cold. He's very one-sided. I know how to fight. I'm good at fighting. If you pay me, I'll follow you and I'll fight with you, but I don't care about the mission. I don't care what it is. I'm just here to get paid. And I started to feel like that, you know, because that's what my job was becoming. You know, I wasn't good at my job because I didn't really get a lot of opportunities to become good, because I wasn't trusted. And then what I was trusted with, I didn't do well with. And so I was having a hard time with that. But also just like the music of the game, the feelings that each of the characters begin to have for each other, the connections that Cloud makes to become more human, more alive in his heart, just gaining his humanity, because humanity was something that I was feeling like I was losing with my job. And so seeing someone like Cloud start to gain more humanity and appreciation for the people that he's around. And then, of course, you know, it's the same feeling with like Link in Legend of Zelda. When you boot up Legend of Zelda, you want to feel like you are Link, you are the chosen one, you are the hero of the story. And I needed to feel that in my own life. I needed to feel like I was somebody that had the ability to make change happen, and had people around me that I also relied on and helped evolve their personalities as well. And so that game, it meant a lot to me in that time of my life. So that's what I mean by I owe a lot to those games. And really, I mean, it's just the one, but you know, ever since then, I've felt a far larger connection to those games more than any other, because of what I was able to feel when playing the original. And I mean, like, when 2000, was it 2020? I think it was 2020 when the remake came out. And I heard that opening melody of the main title screen, like something in my chest just swelled, and I just felt so comfortable, because, you know, the original 97 release, the music on it, although state of the art at the time, was just electronic, you know, and I was able to still feel it when booting up the original. But hearing the battle music of the original was also just, you know, phenomenal to me. And so even now, when I'm playing Rebirth and the music, the battle music starts to do that dun 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 dun, I don't know, I just get so alive in my soul. I'm not reading this, my bad. In place of my son Rourke, I, Byron, will accept your challenge. Sorry, I forgot to read the earlier bit, but Yeah, I just feel so like emotionally charged, and I I mean, playing Rebirth, I'm excited for everyone else to start playing it because everyone needs to feel the things that I have felt. It's such a good game full of wonderful emotions, and it's fantastic. Except for self-destruct is not very offensive. How is self-destruct? No matter what Pokemon I'm using, I should be able to use self-destruct and have it be super effective. I'm literally a bomb. So, yeah, I mean, it got to the point where I played through, I mean, because I had to platinum the original Final Fantasy VII. One of the trophies that you get is taking Barrett out on a date to the Golden Saucer. I mean, date, it's very loose. All you do is just walk around looking for the others, and you go for a ride on like the gondola. That's really it. And so because of that, I had to replay through that game several times. And so for a minute there, ooh, Steelix. Yeah, I think I'll keep Bardock out. For a moment there, I knew the game like the back of my freaking hand. Yeah, from like the start of Act 1 to the end of Act 2, I knew the game very well, very well. Because at the end of Act 1 is when, well, I really shouldn't say anything, even though the game has been out since, the game's been out for 27 years. You know, a lot of people haven't played it, the original, and they haven't played the remake or Rebirth, and so I don't want to say anything that would spoil it, even though it's been out for 27 years. But I don't know, yeah, I want to play it again. Whether for you guys or just for me, I don't care. I want to play it again, and it would be really cool to do it in chronological order. Yeah, I would love to play the original, then then play Reunion, then Remake, then Rebirth. I think it'd be really cool. Because if I play the original, oh, yikes! If I play the original for you guys, I just feel like it would make you guys really respect. Ooh, let's see if it's an electric type though. Except for it's a ground electric, isn't it? Which is totally not fair. Yeah, I think I'll go with TN. If I play the original for you guys, and then you play, and then you watch me play the following, it'll just help you really, really appreciate the remake and Rebirth a lot more, because you'll see a lot of things that are like, oh my gosh, that was that thing, and it'll hit you a lot more emotionally, and it's just really good, because that's what I felt when I mean, even when, oh, screw you, when the, oh, what is it? What's it called? Like, when the, yeah, playable teaser, I guess I could say it, for Rebirth came out. I played that until about 4 in the morning. Because it's crazy that it was such a long teaser. I I started it at like 11 at night, and wanted to just absorb as much as I possibly could. So I was running around in every which direction, trying to be like, well, can I explore over here? Can I explore over here? Well, what's over here? In the original, that's where this was. In the original, that's where this was, and that's where this was. And I wanted to see if each location here, here, and here matched the original from here, here, and here. And a lot of things did, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually here. When I played the original, I always wanted to know what this would look like in today's graphics, and I can finally see it. Like I can finally know what this looks like. It just looked so good, and I would love to share that with you guys. In recognition of that power, I give you this, the Mind Badge. Guys, how has it already been an hour? All I did was walk around the town and fight this guy. Having the Mind Badge enables you to use the hidden move Strength from your Pokédex anytime. You now have 6 gym badges. That means all Pokemon up to level 70 will obey you without any question. That guy wasn't too bad either. Oh, hello, Damien. Hey, that's the Mind Badge. Good going. You're even tough enough to take a shot at becoming the Pokemon champion. Of course, I'm tougher, so that's not actually going to happen. Anyway, DBZ, come with me to the library. I'm not going to follow him? I already checked out the library, dude. I have to go all the way to the 3rd floor. Again. If I have to read that poem, I'm going to tell him I already read it. Oh, there we go. Now I'm following him. Okay, Gramps. I brought DPZ, like I said. Now I'm out of here. Oh, you're not even going to stay with me? Okay, I get it. There we go. Yeah. He saw the glare. Everyone's finally here. Listen up. You may have forgotten already, but I study the evolution of Pokemon. I didn't forget. The more I study, the more mysteries appear and multiply. There are some Pokemon that evolve, and others that don't. What makes them different from each other? Do immature ones evolve into ones that are more mature? If so, what do we make of the legendary Pokemon that don't evolve? Are we to assume that legendary Pokemon of Sinnoh are complete as creatures? This is where you 3 come in. There is said to be a mysterious Pokemon in each of the 3 lakes of Sinnoh. If we can obtain data on them, it may shed some light on how the process of Pokemon evolution works. I need help from each one of you on this grand undertaking. Help me find these mysterious Pokemon. What are you saying? I didn't get a Pokédex. And who was it that bolted from the lab before I had a chance to give them one? But that's water under the bridge. Seeing Pokemon with their own eyes is important for you to becoming a better trainer too. You can count on me. It will help with my Pokédex too. DPZ, you'll go too, won't you? Of course. I would have made all 3 of you go. Regardless, now then, there are 3 lakes. Fortuitously, there are 3 of you. You should split up and investigate the lakes individually. Dawn, you go to Lake Verity. Will do. Damien, I want you to investigate Lake Acuity. That would take you almost to Snow Point City. The road there is harsh. I need a tough trainer to go.
Yeah, of course, Grant.
You know how to call it. You can tell I'm the hotness. And that leaves me with Lake Valor. The lake is between Veilstone and Pastoria, if memory serves. Has it stopped? Are all of you unharmed? Let's go outside, but be careful. I'm concerned about the city. What's outside? Well, I guess you guys are going to have to find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Thanks for watching. I'll see you there.